big up, and welcome to Liverpool 12th Band Show. Got a good little episode ahead of us. A lot of some of us are got the Carabao Cup, the last portions of it before we get our draw in, so we can find out who we're going to be playing in this feature. But yes, it's some laughs and some giggles for some of the teams and how they're going about their day today. But we also, Adam keeps saying we need to do a minute of applause. You'll have to go elaborate a little bit more. I don't want to applaud something and be told it's something I'm applauding something that I don't know what I'm applauding for. So definitely enlighten us all, Adam, what you're asking for. Big up to Adam. Big up to High Lord.
For Grimsby.
Yeah. If it's for Grimsby, we all are silently applauding, if not silently hoping that it continues to have the good fortune. But I'm not trying to. Again, I do believe a little bit about superstition, and so I'm not trying to jinx it. Shout out to King Kenny. Big up King Kenny LFC. Shout out to Adam, like I said earlier. Shout out to High Lord and those that are joining us. I have Baz, I have Lee, and I have Nalante with us today. How are you gentlemen doing? I'll bring in Baz first. How are you doing?
I'm all good, man. Thank you for having me. Big up to the other panelists and big up to the chat as always, man. Thank you for rocking with us.
For sure. And big up. Lee, how are you?
Excellent. Even better now that Man United are losing, because it's always funny, especially if it's like a really low opponent like Grimsby. If they end up losing this game, it'll be hysterical. Not hysterical, it will be funny. There'll be a lot of moaning, won't there, from their fans. How could this happen? And I'll probably tune in to watch a bit of it.
Exactly. Same for me. Baz and Lee are with us, but Nalante is with us again. Okay. Nalante, how are you doing?
Yeah, all good. Obviously. It's all eyes on Grimsby, and yeah, we move.
Okay. All right. Guess he was engaging with some Newcastle fans. Look, Newcastle is not. Whenever you go into some of those Newcastle chats, I was there yesterday. One of the bigger content creators. I wasn't on his show, but I was in the chat at least, and it's not exactly very, very comforting surroundings to be in. Newcastle fans are very, very, very butthurt about a lot of what's going on with their club. Let's be honest. We spoke on that yesterday. Everyone knows my stance on Gordon, but the sheer fact that they now are going to be going into these next three fixtures without even possibly one of their best forwards or best players going forward on their front line. It's going to be interesting. They've got 1 point. I know it's only 2 games in, but they've got 1 point. If they go 3 games forward and they're hovering on 2-3 points, if not 1 point, who knows if they lose the next 3 games. But if they are hovering on 2-3 points or 4 points, that's a lot of ground lost early in the season, and that's something that you can't do. Anyhow, fellas, what are you thinking? How are you feeling about the aftermath? From Monday. We're now. I know it's Wednesday, but I mean, are we still kind of rejoicing, or are you guys more so just happy to squeak out a win, or what is it? Are you more concerned maybe with the state of our team?
Bit concerned yet with it being Arsenal next, but I'm reasonably confident that getting McAllister back in will just help us get back to like what we can do properly. Like, and hopefully we'll defend a bit better as a team. Many silly chances, but it's going to be a test in it with their set pieces and everything. I don't think a draw would be the end of the world. Of course, we want to win, but in terms of the title race overall, it's a long season. A draw wouldn't be the end of the world.
How about for you, Baz? Nolante?
Yeah. No, I'm happy, man. At the end of the day, we played two, we've won two. There's improvements there's no doubt there's improvements that we can make, and we will definitely be doing that. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy. I mean, that game was going to be a very difficult game, obviously for the obvious reasons, but I thought the players did a professional job. And yeah, what I mean? It was more of a smash and grab, and that suits us well. Yes, obviously we got Arsenal next, but you know what? I'd rather play Arsenal now than a bit later. It's early on in the season, so no one's really, got a rhythm going or anything like that just yet. So, and if we can, at Anfield go and beat them, and perhaps try to work on a clean sheet, and yeah, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, the players themselves must be happy. Like, although it wasn't a great performance against Bournemouth or Newcastle, like we won, and we won dramatically, obviously, against Newcastle right at the end, which always gives the players a boost. So in terms of they won't be on a mad down or nothing, but there will be concerns probably within the squad over how they defended in that game. Given up those, I mean, it was both games really, wasn't it? The Bournemouth games the same. So we just didn't look right, did we? But improvements can be made. It's only 2 games in, isn't it?
Exactly.
We'll win this before the international break. That'll bring us back to face Burnley in good fashion. And then I think we've got the derby. That'll be turgid against Moyes' Everton. But it is at Anfield. Yeah, we come back from the international break, Burnley away, Everton home. Can we have 5 out of 5? I don't know.
I would. There is the report. I know. I am going to.
We play Everton at 12:30 in the bloody morning as well. It's one of those stupid things. But at least it isn't the right after the international break, which has been done to us many times before, more than anybody else.
It's only Everton, bro. Don't worry.
I'm about to say not many people would necessarily refer to 12:30 as the morning, but okay.
Yeah, 12:30. Yeah, it's just unnatural to have it so close. Okay, it's barely daytime. It's daytime from 12 onwards, but it's barely daytime. The match is like a mid-afternoon thing, if it's of a day.
Yeah. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
No, I was saying tradition, but money talks, done it now. They just have games any bloody days they want at any time they want to.
Okay. I was trying to look up something real quick because I did have I had a photo or a picture of Trent because I did do I was going to do a segment on Trent Alexander-Arnold. I was like, no. I don't want to. I'm not trying to stoke the flames, or I'm not trying to
well, I haven't actually yet. To be honest, how's it going for him on the early couple of games?
Well, if you look at this right here,
he's not playing much. That's what's happening, Lee.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Hyler puts it right best, actually. He said, meanwhile, he's talking about Konate is making up his mind. He says, Trent came on as a sub in the 87th minute for Real Madrid. Now that Carvajal is back after 234 days of injury, I guess we know who's first and who's second choice for Alonso. And that's really, really gotta be tough.
And we discussed this while he was still here, didn't we? That, it will be, it's tough for any player in any position going there. But it's going to be tough for him to establish himself in the first team. But just to be part of it's enough for most players. If they go there, they don't have to be starting all the time. They're just happy to be there and be part of, a winning Real Madrid team. It's winning something.
Do you see this, though? Do you believe in that?
No.
That's hilarious.
That's
I mean, he could go. He could make the transfer because it's not. I believe because he went on a free transfer. It's not like you're subjugated to being limited to transferring back from a team. I doubt that would happen in January.
Remember his buyout clause.
What is his buyout clause?
It's around 250 odd million.
Oh, that's not happening.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to do any business on January, that's what they'll have to pay.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
That's a different story. But I tell you what,
look,
surprised the hell out of me if he went to Man City of all clubs, after the rivalry we had with them while he was here, and the needle in it, between the two teams and the two clubs. I couldn't see him putting a City shirt on. But stranger things have happened.
They have. And they could get him in January if they wanted to, but Trudon's talking about how it's a World Cup year and he has to play. Trudon is saying he would be on loan. Loan move, Rasta Crab is mentioning. Look, I know that Trent doesn't necessarily always put out the best personal direction of his PR and his presence and everything else. If he were to go to Manchester City, I'm sure there would be every mural of Trent Alexander-Arnold would be taken down in Liverpool if it hasn't already. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. It's 2-1 now, by the way, Adam, not 2-0. So again, let's settle down. Let's settle down. It's 2-1. Manchester United has just scored. So yeah.
Come on, Grimsby. Come on, man. Late push.
We need just hold on. But yeah, he says, I don't understand the difficulty Trent is having at Real Madrid. I mean, he was fluent in Spanish already when he arrived at Real Madrid, so prepared. Yeah, so prepared to say.
Well, his boyfriend's obviously out injured in it, so
yeah,
obviously he's not. He's missing his boyfriend in it. So
yeah, hang out and kick it.
Yeah, forget them, man. I'm not even interested. Who's like Trent who, man? You know what I mean? We got Szoboszlai in at right back, you get me? So big up Szoboszlai.
There you go. Red Armchair says, I'd put nothing past him at this stage. Look, I just can't see him saying even if it is a loan deal, I just can't see him being like, yeah, that's the loan deal that I really want to take part in.
He ain't going 12th, to be honest with you. I mean, I get it. People got newspapers and all sorts of. There's rumors and stuff like that. But you know what? He ain't going nowhere. I think anytime anything like that happens is probably maybe not next year, the year after, if he's not getting games and stuff. But it's early doors as well, isn't it, for them, innit? And to be fair, I think maybe. It's just one of those things where they're just trying to give players minutes, because even Carvajal, he's a great defender. Make no mistake about that. He's a great defender. Yes, he's not so spring chicken anymore, but he's still a great defender, and they might be potentially giving him his games now in terms of his minutes and stuff, and then maybe later on business end you'll see Trent playing more.
Yeah, no, and I get that, and I know that Crab just put in. He's like, Owen went to United, and well, he didn't go in that order, but he went to Newcastle and United. because he didn't go to United then to Newcastle, but anything can happen. I know, I get that. I just don't see. There was also other things related to Owen not coming back to Liverpool. Actually, I thought that there was. I know some of you could possibly enlighten all of us with some more accurate history, but I believe Owen was originally he was thought that he was going to be able to return to Liverpool after leaving Real Madrid or running a leave from Real Madrid, and Liverpool weren't interested in his services.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah.
Judas.
Looks like Fulham and Brighton have gone. Brighton is a surety. They're up 6-0 in the 90th minute or 90 plus minutes already played in that game. They're already in extra time. Fulham 2-0 up against Bristol City already in extra time. There's still 10 minutes left in that Everton game. Mansfield is at Everton. Excuse me. But Everton is holding on to a 1-0 score in that game. Their lone scorer was Alcaraz. Was their lone scorer. Again, it's 2-1. Brighton has just gone final. It's still 79th minute we're looking at. And again, it's been nothing but Manchester United in the second half. And they're also it was Brian Mbeumo and Kobe Mainoo got the assist, by the way. Speaking of Kobe Mainoo, he's a player that's supposedly out being on the outs, possibly. He's asking for he's wanting a move, considering that his future doesn't look like he's going to get any type of sunlight with Manchester United. Kobe Mainoo was a player that was so highly regarded by a lot of Red Devil fans. He had a couple of games where he was the toast of the town. He's looked at as being, one of the big next sensations in England.
He's a good player.
Okay, so being that Kobe Mainoo does play in the midfield, would Kobe Mainoo be an option that you'd be interested in if Kobe Mainoo became available to add to our midfield?
I'll be very quick with this one, and I'd say no. And it's just only purely because of the United rivalry thing. I don't think it'll ever be an option. He's a great player. If he was coming from, a Newcastle or a team like that, he's a good player. But I don't think he's something we need right now. In midfield, I think we personally need a destroyer of some sort, like a DM. He's a more of a ball playing kind of like midfielder, and I don't think we need that just yet. He's a good player, like I said. He's known as that's not his fault or anything like that. He's a good player, but purely based on like if he was to become available, I don't see many Manchester United players that have left Manchester United to join Liverpool like that. They'd have to go somewhere else. But yeah, it's not for me.
Not for you.
Not for me.
How about for you, Lee?
No, won't be coming here. We do need a midfield signing, we were until we buy him. Everyone thinks don't we? That we need a midfield signing, but it doesn't look like it's on the agenda currently, does it? It's the one position in the team where it doesn't look like we're looking at anybody. But going forward, we do need another midfielder. Yes, it's just fit again now, isn't he? He can join in to give us numbers if he stays, if he doesn't go out on loan again. We've got him, Endo and Nione, haven't we, as options, in the early rounds of the Cups or whatever, maybe even in a Champions League game. we played some of the young lads because we qualified quite early, didn't we, in the Champions League? We played some of the young lads then, didn't we, in the PSV Eindhoven game? So they'll be the players that'll be hopefully stepping in. I haven't seen Bajcetic for ages. I'd like it to happen, but I'm not sure if it will. Because I always thought he was a good player and he looked good when he came in under Klopp. I'd like for him to be available, and an option for slots. Okay. But anyway, we'll see. But it may know.
Who do you rate? Let me ask Delonte this then. Who do you rate more? Do you rate Bajcetic or do you rate Mainu? Because we just decided to keep Bajcetic. We're not going to put him out on loan, apparently. We're going to keep Stefan Bajcetic as an option for our team. He's not going out. He's not obviously being transferred, and it doesn't look like he's going to be placed out on loan either. Who do you rate more?
I mean, like that, both are good. Yeah, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just saying that both are good players in their own role, but they play similar but they're different because Bajcetic started off as a centre back, and then obviously he got the DM, which he done well with injury, and Kobe Mainoo is more of a number 10. He's a number 10 by trade, but he going forward and he done well. So it's touch and go. Both are good players, but I'll just say Bajcetic because he's got more bite to him. He's got a bit more snap in the tackle. He can play and he can tackle. So he just has a little bit more than Kobe, to be honest. And he's a bit more, what's the word? He's got more athleticism, a little bit than Kobe. Kobe's a nice player on the eye kind of thing. So for me, Bajcetic. But Bajcetic, I doubt he'll get any game time. I mean, let's be honest. He's just there to make the numbers up. I really doubt he'll have that much game time, if I'm honest.
Okay. How do you guys feel about Baz? How do you feel about Bajcetic? That news about Bajcetic staying with the club?
Yeah, it's a good thing because we need strength in depth, and you've got McAllister there, you've got Gravenberch there. It's an early start. It's an early seasons are very, very new. And, anything can happen, like in the beginning, someone pulling a hammy or, a potential injury, and you need strength in depth. And Bajcetic, he's been good. It's just there is issues, obviously, with his fitness and stuff like that. I mean, he does have a few injuries in him. But, if he's someone that can come on, like do a endo thing, you know what I mean? Like just come on, just get a bit of experience and stuff. I think it's a good thing. I'm happy he's staying. I think he's a good player. I rate him. I do rate him. I'm just concerned, obviously, a little bit about his injury. If he was a player that started or was a player that's like on the cusp of like becoming a first team starter, that's the only thing that I might have a concern about. But in terms of talent wise, I think he's good. He's a good talent.
His loan to Las Palmas went well, although he was frustrated at Salzburg because he went there with Linders. He went underneath to Las Palmas, and there's quite a few articles in the Liverpool Echo last season about his loan, and he was saying, some bigger Spanish teams want to loan him now for next season. But I prefer us to keep him because we've let Morton and McConnell go now. So I think it makes sense to keep him for the season and give him a go. See, he can come on as a late sub sometimes, take the heat off Gravenberch or McAllister's legs. You know what I mean? He can play a bit, can't he? He can play enough for slot, I'm sure. We'll see anyway. It's just that he can stay fit, isn't it? He's got to stay fit.
So you just
right. It is the 87th minute, if those are wondering. I don't know how much extra time it is. But it's 87th minute.
2-1 still.
2-1 still.
They nearly scored, though. That was a mad scramble.
They're holding on. They're trying to hold on. They're in 4 minutes plus extra time. Yep. Or 3 minutes now, really. Less than 4 minutes. Everybody's putting in. Everyone's a little bit behind. Yeah, I like Bajcetic. I think it's just unfortunate that he's gone through some of his his growth spurts and with his and some of those lagging injuries that he's had to deal with and trying to get back. I like that he went back to Spain so he could have an environment that he could develop further in and be comfortable. Being able to speak Spanish freely and eat Spanish food and the whole likes and enjoy the confines of that to try to get himself healthy and fit to be ready to go back to England. I don't know if our midfield though is pretty stacked though with players. We're obviously on the verge of maybe. Oh wow. Let me see who just scored. Hold on one second. I'll give you an update in one moment.
The scorer was Mbermo.
Was it Mbomo again?
Mbermo actually scored the first, didn't it?
Yeah, he scored the first one. Maguire.
It was Maguire. Yeah, Slabbed.
He scores. He's the captain of this team today. Captain. That's a captain's performance. There you go. Big up to him. Yeah, the fridge. There's only one fridge for me. I don't know. I know some of you don't really watch American football, but Refrigerator Perry was his name.
Is he the captain? He's not the captain, is he? I'm sure Fernandez.
No, Maguire is the captain. Now maybe Maguire handed off when he came in. Maybe he handed off to Maguire. But
no,
Maguire started the game as captain.
Oh, fair dues.
Because their starting lineup was Sesko, Cunha, Diallo, Dallo, Menu, Ugarte, Dorgu, Heaven, Maguire, Fredrickson, and then Onana and goal was who they started off with. And Maguire had the captain's band in the beginning of the game.
They're still crap.
But if you're right, because he did get subbed on, right? Bruno's on, so probably when he came on, as soon as he got subbed on, he probably took the armband off and handed it to Maguire, to Bruno, since he is the captain.
Fair enough. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to waste our time with that an idiot team there. You get me?
Idiot team.
Idiot.
How much extra time are they going to give in this game?
It'll probably be about 3-4 minutes, I think.
3 or 4 minutes? Okay.
I think so.
All right. So hopefully this one ends pretty soon because they don't go to replays in League Cup.
No, it'll be penalties.
Yeah, it'll go to pens. Yep, it'll go to pens. Which kind of sucks for some of the smaller teams.
5 minutes. 5 minutes stoppage time.
Okay, we're already about 2 minutes into stoppage time as is, so there's about 3 more minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for some of the other smaller teams because some of the smaller teams, especially if they end up getting a draw at a rival's ground, it means that they'll get a fixture at their ground. So it is.
Brings them money as well, doesn't it, for smaller teams?
Yeah. It brings them that much. It brings them revenue from not only this game but from the replay game too. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a lot to put on to.
Yeah, United 2-2. Oh dear.
Oh yeah. Milante's just catching up. Okay, I got you. Um,
What have United equalised?
yeah,
Yeah, 2-2.
Shame,
yeah. That's what
shame.
we're talking about. Yeah.
Ruben hangs on to his job for another week.
They still got to go. I mean, they still got to go to Pens, but
Come on, Rasta. Come on, man. Be Rasta Crab. Come on. It's going to be penalties and Grimsby are going through, mate. Come on.
I hope it's 2 minutes left. We're hoping.
I hope it's in front of the Grimsby fans and not the United fans.
Yeah.
It's only Man United. Come on, man.
Anyhow.
Bro, Rangers. Jeez, that's embarrassing.
Bloody Grimsby. What division is Grimsby in now? It must be like
Division 2.
Yeah.
They're Division 2.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not like, you know what's funny about this game, to be honest with you, the way that Bass put it perfectly in the beginning is that or maybe it was Volante.
They scored!
Hey, Grimsby?
Was
Grimsby,
it
yeah?
offside? Yeah.
Huh? Offside?
Oh, no, they haven't.
Oh, got everyone excited.
That's the party people.
Oh, man. Sorry, lads. Don't worry. There's still a bit of time. Come on. Have faith. Yeah, Crab. That's it, Crab. I was very excited, man. These guys, man, honestly. These broadcasters, man.
Oh, man, that would have been great.
That's the one that just comes through and your toes are like, nah, didn't happen, goddamn it, didn't happen.
That would have been great.
The only Grimsby player I can ever remember is Clive Mendonca, who was quite a decent goal scorer.
Yeah.
He moved on to like a bigger club, but yeah, he was a decent goal scorer, and he started like banging them in at Grimsby, and got his move. But yeah, he was all right then. I can't think of any other Grimsby players apart from him.
Oh.
I don't think they've never been in like Division 1. No, they probably have. Years ago, they've probably been in Division 1. I would imagine at some point, but it must have been a long time ago. If it happened at all.
If they happen to score.
I've never seen it. They were like a championship. They were decent in that at that level a while ago, but it was a long time ago.
Salah did not play for Grimsby. CJ.
Be interested to see what the United lineup was.
The way Salah played in the last game, it looked like he was playing for Grimsby.
Hey, can I say?
All right.
All
right. So we are going to penalties, people. This is the last game. This is the last game to be featured. To be waiting for the score before we go into the Carabao Cup draw. We have Everton that won 2-0. We have Fulham that won 2-0. We have Brighton that won 6-0. So all the Prem teams above Manchester United have all progressed on. Manchester United are 2-2 right now, awaiting penalties for this game. Remember, this is at Grimsby. So it means it does mean that they have a little bit. What is their name? Their Blundell? Is that how you say it? Blundell Park is where they're at right now. So hopefully the crowd can get behind them, and kind of get. Maybe we could see hopefully a penalty similar to the one that Bruno gave last week. Or last game. I don't know if the referee's got to bump him again or not to get that result, but who knows? I would say to Grimsby, whatever the result is, you made it. You definitely did your best to make it interesting. So
you're gonna win. Don't worry.
It's tough. You have victory in your hands, and you let it slip through like sand. It's tough.
It's only a 15th position team in the Premier League, man.
Yeah. Where is Grimsby? I know they're in the second division. I was going to see where they're at in the second division.
Probably
All
higher
right.
than United anyway.
No, they are. They're in fourth place.
There you go. Champions League spots for their lot, their Division 2.
Fourth place. They're behind Crew, Chesterfield, MK Dons, and then they sit in fourth.
MK Dons, bloody hell, the club that was
MK
formerly
Dons.
Wimbledon.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
All
what we
right,
should
got
say
the
with Arsenal with their set pieces on Sunday. Are you Wimbledon in disguise? That's a little bit what they're like now at times under Arteta, isn't it?
So what's AFC Wimbledon about then? So AFC
That was
Wimbledon.
once you could keep a club in the actual place, Wimbledon, when they made one. So, but they lost, like, obviously,
Yeah.
the one that had been in, in the cup final and beat us. That was it. They were all right. They had they had Dennis Wise, didn't he? Was not a bad player, and a few others. They were a pain in the ass to play, but they were always quite entertaining, those games, actually, against Wimbledon.
Still awaiting these penalties. I'll give you little updates as they go through. We see if they can beat them or not. While we wait for these penalties, let's talk about something that I think is important for us, since we are talking about a lot of what we do with our own team. This is like our midweek reset, I guess, a chance to breathe from the madness that was this past Monday. We can all get a little insight of what we're hearing in the tabloids, in the journos, as some say. And I'm going to start it off with Konate and Guehi. Somehow, some way, I do believe that their futures might be interlocked as opposed to independent. And what I mean by that is, I believe that with the way that things are going with Konate, with the way that they're going with his contract, not necessarily with just his play. I'm not judging this on his play, because we could always utilize a backup, if not a starter, in the role from Konate. But what I am saying is, with his current contract situation, do we allow for another player end up as a result of a top tier another player leave on a free? And it's something that Guehi and Crystal Palace are going through currently. They have a game on Thursday, which is a very important game for them. It's one that they are going to say is it's 1-0, by the way. Grimsby just scored their opening penalty goal, by the way. But Konate's contract situation is becoming a slow-burning fire. Real Madrid and PSG are circling, trying to figure out when they can pounce. Real Madrid wants them on a free. We all know that. But PSG are willing to pay. They're willing to spend the money. And PSG, I think, would be an ideal situation for Konate, because he'll be able to return to France. He'll be able to return to a team that is certainly a very, very substantial team. And Bruno Fernandes has just scored his goal on his penalty. It's now 1-1. And while they're willing to wait for him to become a free agent, it's still of, do we just allow for ourselves to get the money right now? Because here's the kicker: Liverpool actually can get proactive here. If Guehi is ready to come in and does that, I'll ask that to the chat, and I'll ask this to the panel. Does that make selling Konate before the deadline a strategic move rather than a crisis move? I'll ask that to Baz. You can start off, or actually, let Nolante start off, actually, because Nolante should be straight fire with his assessment of what we should do with Konate. So I'd love to hear that.
You know what I'm gonna say, Toph. You know.
2-1, by the way.
Okay, bro.
2-1 on penalties. If I interrupt, I'm only interrupting with penalty updates. 2-1
No,
on
that's fine.
penalties.
No, go for it. Go for it. Bye-bye, Bill. Hello, Mark. Simple as.
But Tommy, what is it a strategic move? Would it be a good strategic move to move on from Kanate and get some value for him? I don't want to see him go to Real Madrid, to be honest with you. Obviously.
You know what? I'm not bothered, to be honest, if he goes there or not. I really couldn't care less. If he wants to go there, he goes there, so be it. But we need to say, you know what, boom, get Gay on, put pressure on him, and just say, look, you ain't playing, you're on your bench, whatever. So be it. Just get Gay in, and then it's up to Ibra what he wants to do, man. I mean, but yeah, it'll be strategic. So if we get, so yeah, for me, if we can get some money for him, just let him go. As long as we've got our replacement in, which is Gay, then let him go. That's what I'll say.
Lee, how about for you? What's your opinion?
That we should keep him because we won't get like an offer good enough if we try and sell him now this summer. So it's better off keeping him, wouldn't we?
Grimsby is just missed, by the way.
No, I couldn't see it happening, to be honest. Like, I don't think we just couldn't handle it at the moment to actually sell him now and go another number down, like at the back. We need to sign him there as it is, not to lose a player there. Can't see it happening. I mean, Paris, yeah, I suppose it's a homecoming, isn't it? He's from one of the Paris suburbs, isn't he? Hometown club in that sense. So it's a move he'd probably like, I would imagine. But I don't know if he might want to test himself in Spain, though, rather than going to PSG. Or he might want to stay. Going to have to wait and see on this one, aren't we? But I prefer us to keep him because there was an offer reported by Real Madrid, which was like something like 22 million euros, which is not very much in sterling. It sounded just like a piss take to me, an offer that small.
Mason Mount has just scored. It is now 3-2. It's now 3-3, actually. They're 3 for 4 on their penalties. Is Grimsby. Manchester United are 3 for 3. They're stepping up for their 4th.
Well, they won this under Ten Hag, didn't they? They won the Carabao Cup under Ten Hag before they won the FA Cup.
Yeah,
it's a big trophy for them this season because they're only in the domestic cups, aren't they? No Europe.
Yeah, they've won League Cup and FA Cup under Eric Ten Hag.
It would be extremely funny if they go out. Yeah,
we probably should have gone to instead of FA Cup final. We should have gone to instead of them, but it's all good. We kind of bottled that situation. We were much better. We're a much better team than them. We let them. Unfortunately, we had to play at Old Toilet, and we just ended up dropping the bag. It is 4-3. Dallo has made it 4-3. And
did United go first?
No, Grimsby did. And now it's up to this right here. Coming up, it's up to this. It is 6-6 in pens, or 6-6 being 4 pens added to the 2 goals. 4 pens added to the 2 goals earlier as well. So 6-6 is coming to the final penalty. They have to save this to have any bit of a chance to proceed. And we're waiting for the final kick to happen. Wait for the final kick to happen. I mean, they came out with their heavy hitters. They want Bruno Fernandes, they want Mbuemo, and then they want Mason Mount, and then Dallo as their penalty kick takers. So they definitely. Cunha has missed.
Bloody hell.
And the drama continues, people. Wow.
Come on. Get your confidence back from that. Finish them off.
Cunha has missed. We are square. This is now do or die here, people. This is now do or die. It is
United are going out. I told you.
Grimsby has just made their goal is 7-6. We have a score of 7-6 currently. Waiting now. Manchester United have to make this penalty, or they will be eliminated from the tournament.
Who's on the pen?
Give me 1 second. I can't see who's on the pen. We're all hoping.
Yeah, whoever it is, I hope you stub your toe.
Yeah, whoever it is. I mean, they don't really have that many people that they can select from. It's 7-all. It's 7-7.
We go on.
We go on. It was wow, man. They have put in all of their goal scorers to try to win this. Zerski was the penalty kick taker for them. It's now 7-all. It's all 7-7.
I won against Chelsea at Wembley, went all the way, didn't it? Like, what was that by the end?
Yeah. 7-7. Still waiting to see what they're gonna do. Now 8-7. 8-7. Pressure's back on Manchester United. Back on Manchester United. Wow, this is tough. While we wait for this kick to happen, Jamie Carragher basically tore into Konaté's Bournemouth performance, saying he was lost positionally and looked shaky. That's not what you want to hear about, the partner to Virgil van Dijk.
It's not much fair comments, isn't it, for the first 2 games? He's got to get up to speed against Arsenal, but I'll back him to do it against Arsenal because it's like he's got Saliba at the other end of the pitch, hasn't he? Like, he was a rival to him in the international team, and he'll want to get a good performance, I think. Hopefully we'll get it, and having McAllister back will hopefully make the team click a bit better and look a bit more like ourselves, right?
8-8, by the way. It's 8-8. Look, we need a rock-solid partner for Virgil if we're going to have any bit of a hope of holding on to this title. 9-8, by the way. 9-8. And that's why Liverpool already have splashed some cash for 26 million on Leone. That's not chump change, actually, for an 18-year-old prodigy. And it feels like Slot and Hughes are stretching out a new defensive blueprint for the next decade by doing that. It also means you have to have someone established to bring in and really make a difference in that other center half role. We're still waiting. It's 9-8, by the way. It is 9-8. We're still waiting on the next kicker for Manchester United. It's 9-all now. I don't know who took that one. Manu took the one previous to that. It was Maguire that took it. Do Liverpool take the gamble should we take the gamble of Konaté leaving on a free? Is that something that you're willing to roll the dice on? Baz, is that something that you would be willing to roll the dice on? Just hoping he renews?
I've always said, like, you know what? He doesn't leave. It's as simple as that. We bring in another player. If we can get some stupid money for him now, sell him. But if he wants to go to Real Madrid, he's gonna do, he's gonna do what he's gonna do in it. He's gonna do a Trent, basically. He ain't gonna say much. He's just gonna go to Madrid. But nevertheless, you know what I mean? We definitely need to bring someone else in. Or if we don't bring someone else in, then give Leone an opportunity to, start, like he's not come here to go and sit on the bench or to you know what I mean, like go out on loan. So you might as well like give him some games, fast track him essentially. Do you know what I mean? I know he's not going to be he's not going to be Konate's replacement. It will probably be someone like a Gahey. But yeah, I mean, keep him. I mean, keep him. Yes, he's he's a little bit funny at the moment with whatever's going on in his head. But yeah, I mean, like honestly, I think he'll settle down. Ibrahim Konate is a good defender. Yes, he does have moments. He does have some mad moments at times and that. But I think it's early days, isn't it? I think it's early days. There's probably an eye on an exit. If they get Gahey in, then we definitely need to bring in another player. But I'd keep him for now.
11-10. If Gahey comes in for 30, maybe 40 million, somewhere in that range, do you see him as an immediate starter? Or is he immediate starter material, at least? We all know that, but is he an immediate starter? Or does he need a bedding in year? Does he need time to really, win his – we give Konate the benefit of the doubt. We allow for him to continue to play on.
No. You can't. You know what? He ain't got the time. To be fair, he's coming to the champions, the Premier League champions, and it's also a World Cup year as well, isn't it? So he's coming in. Yeah, he needs to he needs to hit the ball at the ground running, and to be fair, based on if let's just say he signed tomorrow and we're playing against Arsenal, I would have Ibrahim Konate there to start ahead of me. But what I would do is also, if Ibrahim Konate's head is not in it with it, then obviously you're gonna have to bench him and start Gahey. But he ain't got time to settle. That's my point.
Okay, 12-12.
This is gonna go on till tomorrow. I think this one, these penalties.
I know.
Or Nana's gonna miss.
Oh, Nana, I know. That's what I'm thinking. It's gonna come down to the
at 12 man.
Nana just made both of the goalkeepers. They already went to the goalkeepers. That was just the goalkeeper that took the last shot. So it's now 12-12.
I was just going to say, get ready to catch it from the States.
Yeah, exactly. I'll watch it fly over later on tonight.
Yeah.
It goes into orbit. 13-12. Jeez. It's going to go on.
This is embarrassing.
Frustrated. It is like some of this.
You've got to be like, how much did they spend for Onana again?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit, right? 60-some million, right? 60, maybe 70 million around there.
Yeah. But then again, we had the same against Chelsea 2-3 years ago on that Carabao Cup final. Yeah, everyone freaking scoring.
But Kepa put it into the stands in that one. 13-12.
Yeah.
There's rumors Kepa's one still floating around in orbit, man.
Exactly. Yeah. 13-12. Do a thumb war. That'd be better. 13-13. They've recycled. So once you go to the last kicker, which
recycle it again.
Recycle it again. You start over.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna do this.
This has turned that into a flipping hate along, isn't it?
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm saying this has become like a little hate along, isn't it? As opposed to anything else.
Yeah, I know. The only thing that's unfortunate about it is that it's 14-13. the kicker for Grimsby that missed is up next for Grimsby.
Oh, he'll score it. Don't worry, he'll score it.
Okay.
You better do anyway.
All right. We'll see. We'll see. Let Tekken decide. There you go. I like that one. Tic-tac-toe. Tic-tac-toe will probably take as long as this penalty shootout is taking, to tell you the truth.
I think Ibrahim Konate, listen, you don't just turn into some bad defender overnight. Yes, his head is obviously somewhere, but, you know, you can't just, like, take him
Mbeumo
off.
missed.
And Mbeumo's missed.
It's over,
they
people.
won, so they're through. It's done well. 14-13.
Lovely. That's what I like to see.
What
Wow.
was the final score there? How many did it go up to?
It went 12-11.
14-13.
11.
14-13. It's similar to our one, but they want one penalty more.
Oh, that's bad for them to go out of this, because this would have been a tonic for them if they could have won this season. I've remembered times when it's been great for us to just win the bloody League Cup, whatever the name of it was.
You take it, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. They won't like this.
I think people don't. Yeah, I think people don't understand with the League Cup is the fact that you win it, and winning trophy breeds momentum. And this is why Pep, with City took it. They won it 3-4 years. It breeds, and look, they become a trophy winning machine. This is the thing. So sometimes it's maybe not the top, but a trophy brings confidence. You know what I mean? Look, we won it in 23, 24. And look, now there's a cycle. Well, obviously we know what we've done last season. It's a cycle continuing, and yeah. So
you know what, I'm going to say this openly and
Sesko was playing.
With all honesty, I'm hoping the same way I hope for Arsenal that they keep their managers in place despite the results.
Oh yes.
Because I think that them in this utter turmoil, this uneasiness of knowing where their future lies or having the confidence behind themselves to get any type of a trophy separate from a charity shield maybe or something like that for Arsenal. I'm about it. I'm Amarin in. I'm Arteta in as opposed to out. Let it continue. Let it long continue. I'm going to ask you something that Jamie Carragher said, and I'm going to ask the panel if you guys can tell me your opinion on this one. Jamie Carragher says a new center back doesn't fix Liverpool. It just replaces Konate.
He's right.
Okay.
I think he's right. I mean, Jamie Carragher at the moment is, like he's doing some real funny things. You know what I mean? Like he's chatting a lot of rubbish on Sky at the minute. But based on what I have to agree with him in terms of like, there is too much of a gap. No matter even if you get the best, I don't know, say you get a Saliba, for example, to partner Van Dijk, yeah, we're still gonna concede goals based on what's going on at the moment. We just need to find the balance. If we can find the balance, then we'll be okay. There is obviously potentially like, Ibrahim Konate's head is like, something's going on with his head, but there's also potentially like, it's just a little bit of a something that needs addressing. And, I'm pretty sure like once they do that, you know what I mean? Like when you think about it, McAllister's not been there. McAllister's been injured. You know what I mean? Gravenberch has just come back. These two were the main pivots last year. And, we were okay. These guys haven't played together at all this season. So, I think it's something that by the time these players are fully fit and they start, we should be okay. But I think the fact that we're obviously linked with Gahey, it's obviously safeguarding our options going on for next season, or or this season even as well, because we definitely need another centre back. So yeah, but I do think Jamie Carragher is right. We're too open at the back, and that's what's causing our issues, not necessarily individual mistakes.
What do you think, Lee?
I think we'll soon forget these couple of dodgy defensive performances. If we have a good one against Arsenal, we can just forget about it there until after the international break. We got Burnley when we come back from that, haven't we? That's United's next game, isn't it? Burnley, I think. To get a chance to redeem
yeah,
themselves.
I'll check for you.
Yeah, I think
I
is.
was taking a quick look.
Their final game before the break, I think, is Burnley.
Nacho wasn't even on the bench. Wow, he is in the
There's a lot
mud.
riding on that for Amarim, isn't there? Like, having start this bad, like.
No, I just saying Nacho wasn't even on the bench for them. Someone asked.
Yeah, I was going to ask about it. It's a weird thing with them liking it, because I think he's been one of their better forwards in recent years. They've not had much, but he's fell out with them to the extent where he's not being considered now, has he?
No.
No, he's gone. Ruben made the since the end of last season, and the Chelsea fee's been agreed now. So.
Say again. Your mic's a little low.
Oh, sorry, I was just saying the Chelsea fee's been agreed.
Has it been agreed? You're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Your mic's a little muffled and low. At least it is from my ears.
No, it is. It's low. That couldn't catch that. No.
Can you hear me?
So Baz agrees that it won't fix our problem. You think it's more of a system? Obviously, you think it's more of a system than it is with personnel. Lee, do you agree that it's more system than it is personnel? And is the system problem not really focus on just the center halves? Is it more of what Baz alluded to by saying that it could be something of the midfield not being able to, McAllister not having a full preseason, having to be worked back into the system. Obviously Grav having his first game finally against Newcastle. What do you think, Lee? That was a question to you.
I mean, it does leave a few questions to be answered, like our defensive performances in the first two games. But, it's up to the players to do that, isn't it? Like, to answer those questions and give us a good performance against Arsenal, show us what they're capable of. Because we just looked sloppy at times, didn't we? Sometimes we looked okay and controlled in them games, and then other times we just looked outrageously sloppy. It won't do against Arsenal, will it? We won't get away with it against a team like that. I back the players anyway to do that. Back Ibu to do that, to be spared on by the occasion. Don't know if we'll keep a clean sheet, but I don't know if we'll win either. I smell a draw, maybe a score draw.
People are talking about starting. Adam's saying start Leone unless we get Gahey. I don't know about that's bold. There are those that have been critical of Kirkes's role or play, I should say, in this team. I'm more critical of his position in the system, as in how I'm not. There were portions of his play that were definitely abhorrible, but reprehensible. But I would go as far as to say that there's more so when it comes to Kirkez, it's about him adjusting, getting used to his surroundings, and also getting a little bit more confidence in himself. There is a player that is on the bench, Robbo, that some people aren't over the moon about any longer, being an option to be someone that could fill in for that role. And then the other option that is on the possibly that we could utilize was Simicast. He's never really gotten a consistent run at having an opportunity to hold down the left back role, but he is a player that is apparently on the verge of possibly joining Roma. There's also a couple other teams that are interested in him. There are a couple other teams that are interested in him, but Roma is the team that looks to be making the vested interest in him currently. Be interesting to see what happens. 10 to 15 million apparently is the asking price for Simicast, and there hasn't been so far. They haven't bid at that offer. Is 10, 15 million too much for him? Do you think? They're now trying to get him on a loan with the option to buy. They're trying to work out that portion of it as well. Is it too much? Is 10, 15 million too much to ask?
I think
is that too much to ask for Simicast? Or Godley? No, go ahead, Lee.
I think just getting anything for him after the years we've had out of him for 10.2 million. I think it was Olympiacos, wasn't it? 10.2 million. We've had like 5 years out of him. So if we do that loan thing and get a fee from that, a couple of million, that'll do, mate. And he can move on and have football. If it's up to him, isn't it? Would he prefer to stay here, or does he?
We don't want to do a loan. I'll let you hear your point on this too. We don't apparently want to do a loan. That's what is this. That is the impasse. That's the stalling.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's where we're stalling. The fact that Roma wants him for a loan, and we have rejected that loan off proposal, and we want a sale, not a loan. So
I wonder what the asking price is then.
It's 10 to 15 million. It's in that ballpark.
Is it? Okay. Yeah.
That'll
put Roma off. That'll rule Roma out, like.
That's the thing about why it's so crazy, is that we see these astronomical numbers being thrown for Premier League teams, but then when it comes to Serie A has some absolutely positively great teams out there. Okay, Inter, Juventus, AC Milan, teams with storied histories, and yet 10 million for a Premier League proven left back is a road too far for them to travel. It's one of those. It's a head scratcher sometimes to see like how far and where Serie A has gone with their ability to really demand and command actually top tier transfers.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
It's pretty
out of the game. Max fixing and all that stuff has affected the league.
Mm-hmm. Your microphone is really your microphone is really low, Alante. Do you agree, Lee?
Sorry, what was the question then?
I knew you were. You didn't hear it. No, about Serie A and the state of Serie A and how like 10 million for a player for a player like Simicast should be like, it shouldn't be anything for. We're talking about Roma. Roma's not a small time club. They should have the financial fortitude to be able to go for a player like Simicast, even if it is 15 million. Okay, that's starting to get into that range. Maybe that's a little ambitious, but 10 million, 15,
And it'd
10.
be great. Getting our money back 5 years on is be great. And we might be selling Harvey as well. We're in really good shape financially. As it stands, we haven't bought Isak or Gahey, but that's why we could probably absorb the loss of Canarse on a free if that is how it plays out next summer. Hopefully, we'll be in a better position by then anyway. Just as a club, we'll have progressed, and it won't be too painful losing him. If that is what, if you can't come to an agreement over his contract, then that's the best course of action. Keep him. Don't sell him for a ridiculously low fee and leave ourselves short.
Right.
Too much pressure on Virgil, isn't it?
I mean, how would you feel? I mean, we've seen Simicast being, not looking at him to be a left center half. Let me don't get it twisted, but we've seen them try to use Robbo and Simi as like coverage for our center half position. I don't think Simicast really is going to offer that much of comfort for any of us in that role. But is it better for us to? The draw is now. I have it. I have it going live as well. What would you say is your opinion on that, Baz? Simi, is that too much to ask?
No, but he's a dependable defender. But that's what he is, isn't it? And if it's 10 million they're asking for him?
It's 10 to 15 million, something around there. Yep.
Yeah, around that sort of price, it's a good fee for him. He's not washed out or anything like that. You know what I mean? He obviously he's worth it, but I'm not sure what's potentially going on with the market at the moment. But I know Leeds were after him. I know Forest were after him. I think he does go, but inevitably it might even be back. It might even be in the Premier League. To be fair, but you know what happens in it, like coming closer to the time. Closer to the time of transfer deadline day, I think he gets a loan move at least.
Do you think that we will basically say, okay, well, if we're not going to get this deal across the line, we'll just take the loan? That's what you really think?
I think, yeah, potentially, because a loan move, because we've got three left backs now, in it. And to be fair, I always thought that it would be him that would be leaving instead of Robbo, to be fair. So even if they get him out on loan, he's got an opportunity to play like a full season. I think clubs might look at him and think, well, he's someone that just stays on the bench. I mean, he doesn't always play. So, he might get a good run if he goes to, I don't know, like a Premier League team or even somewhere in Spain or Italy on a loan, and then potentially have like an option to buy kind of thing. And that will suit us fine because obviously we're getting him kind of off our wage bill. So I can see that sort of something like that may potentially happen.
15's too much, isn't it? Like, which is the high end of the scale, quoted 10 to 15. Roma aren't going to pay that for a left back, even if he is an international, etc. I think 8 million would be sensible. Get 8 million for him. Say, you can have him £8 million. Hand him over then. It's all good, isn't it? We're getting the money in for the players that we think we won't need.
That's an interesting show. What do you think about this right here? Adam is saying, who thinks Robbo ends up at Celtic next year on a free? I was going to say, who thinks Endo ends up at Celtic on a free? That's what I was going to suggest.
Didn't they just
when I
sign
originally read that, I didn't even see Robbo. I just put Endo. I just thought of Endo before Robbo.
Didn't they just sign Chiarantini from Arsenal?
What's that?
Didn't Celtic sign Chiarantini from Arsenal? Is he not a left back?
did, Baz.
Yeah.
They
I
did.
remember him. They sold him now off the. He was hyped up, wasn't he? Tierney as being as good as Robbo.
Well, he's a good defender, but never a
He,
Robbo.
yeah, he had injuries, didn't he, Tierney?
Yeah.
But yeah, Robbo was a better player, I would say.
And then he came in the back three with Scotland. So, yeah.
I was just thinking though, considering Celtic do buy good Japanese players too. By the way, they do have some good Japanese players on their team, or have had some good Japanese players. They have a good relationship with Japan when it comes to that. I think Endo would be a really good pickup for them, to tell you the truth. I think nice.
But,
And I think he would still be able to offer something.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with Robbo is like, I think he's going to still play like loads of games this season, and he could be starting against Arsenal, couldn't he? He might be given a start. I don't think so. I think he'll probably stick with Kirk as like, but yeah, he'll still play a lot of games, I think, this season, and hopefully that'll be enough for him to, give us that sub at left back, for as long as he can. As long as you can. Better than keeping Simicast and letting Robbo go. And like, out of the two of them, I'd much rather have Robbo as the number 2 to Kirkes.
We are just waiting for the live stream. As soon as the live stream for the Carabao Cup starts for the draw, I'll announce the drawings as they happen. It is about to go live. We're just waiting for the start to happen. We've been talking about Simi. We've talked about Simi. We've been talking about Ibu. Been talking about Gehi so far. I guess this is a decent enough time to bring up. Let me share the picture. It's kind of a funny picture, so that's why I'll share it.
Grimsby.
No, it's not good. Let's see if we can share it properly. There you go. This guy right here, obviously, he obviously saying right here. This is him saying. Apparently, he just got done talking to the Newcastle owners about whether he wants to stay or not. I think that's his his answer to that. I think he wants to be out. It's just a joke. Just a joke. Obviously, we all know the Swede wants out. He's missing games now. He's refusing to play. His national coach, though, is backing him, which is huge. His national coach is backing him. And we've even heard, I've seen an actual, I saw an actual piece by that included Alan Shearer talking about how he wants to, he knows the owners, quote unquote, and what the decision is going to be and what they need to do. Because he himself has said that this needs a quick resolution. Liverpool are there, hovering, ready to strike, obviously. But Newcastle won't budge without a replacement. We all know that. But as of late, Fabrizio Romano has said it's basically Liverpool or bust, but warns that we won't wait forever. Isak fits the system, fits the profile, wants to move. But here's the real question, and I ask you to answer this one for me, please. How long can Arne Slot afford to play chicken with Newcastle when the season is already underway? It's a real big question. And there has been points or articles out there saying that we will pivot to someone else. Something I spoke on 2-3 episodes ago is you never know, but we could pivot to Spain and go for Alvarez. I don't know why people are so. I've gotten a lot of pushback by saying that, saying, "Oh, it's never going to happen," or this or that. He's open. Alvarez has come out and said that his choice to choose Atletico Madrid was not the best for him. He's already at ends with trying to deal with with Simeone. It's not good. It's not good, and that's something of an interest that can maybe put a little bit of hope. Now, is Alvarez going to push for a transfer and do what Isak's doing? No. However, it's the sheer fact that maybe if he doesn't want to stay there, Atletico Madrid says, "Fine, get a qualified offer. We'll accept it and we'll move you on."
So the word is that they've had a £50 million and then a £55 million bid turned down for Strand Larsen, and Wolves won't budge on the 60. Okay. And it was the same price for Visser, wasn't it? Same price was quoted for Visser, 60, wasn't it? So whoever blinks first. But, obviously they've got the option of keeping hold of him.
We are live, by the way.
For him if they have to stay. He would have scored against us, I'm sure, the other night, because we were quite crap at times. A couple of them chances for Gordon, he would have put in, the header. But anyway, it's getting late in it. The hour approaches. There's not much time left. Similar thing with the centre-back signing. Running out of time rapidly, aren't we?
We are. Truly, we are. Liverpool is number. Liverpool has Chiesa's number, and also has Mr. Isak's number. We're number 14. So we're going through it's going to be Port Vale, excuse me, is going to be hosting Arsenal in the first round of the third round of the draw. We are now moving on to the next pick. It is going to be Swansea versus Nottingham Forest. Swansea will host Nottingham Forest. Okay. Next, we have close. I thought that was going to be us. Lincoln, because they're number 13, versus number 9, which is Chelsea. Lincoln will host Chelsea. This time it is Spurs at home versus Doncaster, right? Is that how you pronounce?
Yeah.
Doncaster?
Yeah, Doncaster.
Okay.
Not quite sure where it is. I think it's in the northeast as well. Yeah.
Brentford is okay. Brentford is hosting. Who are they hosting? They're going to be hosting Villa. Brentford will be hosting Villa, so that would be a Premier League affair for the third round. And that's a tough draw for Villa and Brentford. Villa is not in form too, by the way. That's not good. Next is close. Huddersfield versus almost got us again. Versus Manchester City. Manchester City will be going to Huddersfield. Huddersfield is that a tough venue? Okay, Liverpool. We are home, by the way. We're going to be in Anfield.
Truden's ahead of the game. He's ahead of you. 12.
And we will be playing Southampton. Liverpool will be playing Southampton. Sounds good. Newcastle will be hosting Bradford. I wonder, like, how they choose how to get these. Really, like, it's interesting because there's two baskets or two like baskets with the balls in it. Sheffield Wednesday will be hosting. Sheffield Wednesday will be hosting. Okay, Sheffield Wednesday is going to be hosting the newly moving on team of Grimsby. And Wolves will be going against. Well, I think it's interesting because there's two bins, but now the one bin's empty, so now they're having to choose from the same bin. I guess maybe they open it up and it's just whatever falls on those sides. Crystal Palace will be facing. Let's see. Crystal Palace will be facing Millwall. You're going to hear some of these towns and cities. You're going to hear my terrible accent. No offense. Burnley will be facing. Do jump in, you guys, if I get the pronunciation wrong. Cardiff. Wrexham, obviously the very, very popular television show team will be facing Reading. Not many choices left. There's about maybe 5 or 6 teams left. The last we have here would be Wigan versus. Wigan is going to be facing Wycombe. Is that how you pronounce it?
Wickham.
Yes,
yeah.
No?
Wickham.
Okay. Okay.
We played
Barnsley
them in like a FA Cup quarter final years ago, and Lottie Sanchez was the manager. He scored the FA Cup final header that beat us at Wembley in '88. Lottie Sanchez. But yeah, I think it was like the quarter final of the FA Cup in 2001 when we done the treble under Hooligan. But yeah, most
Barnsley
notable
versus
game.
Brighton, Fulham versus Cambridge are the last 2 teams. Fulham versus Cambridge. So, the teams involved in Europe cannot play each other in the 3rd round. Okay, all right, that makes sense. Makes sense. So we are looking at. Let's see if I can get this for you. See if I can get it for you here. Give me 1 second. Get these updated for you. Okay, cool. These are the final teams here. 1 more second. Por favor. Por favor. Okay. All right. I'm going to bring up the results for you guys, and you can take a look at the results as we've come to find out who are going to be the opponents in the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. And I wanted to get your ideas as to who you think has possibly the toughest matchup, who has, I want to say the easiest, but who has the most intriguing matchups on there. 1 second. Almost there. I'm trying to just put it together for you, so I got to save them and put them in there. We do know Liverpool's opponents, Southampton. Looks like we'll be facing. We had a face off against this team last year. It was the third round too, wasn't it, last year? Do you guys remember?
What was the third round last year, did you say?
I think the third round for us last year was Southampton. Because Chiesa
it might have been. Yeah, our first, and was it two? Yeah, remember that now. 2-legged.
We played at Chiesa at Southampton, and I remember that it was during one of your really bad storms, as in it was a possibility that we were going to get that game canceled. Because you're having some really, really torrential downpours. All right, let me show you guys what these look like. This is the draw. If you want to see it up close, this is the draw that we will be having to deal with. Take a look at this. Port Vale, as I said, Arsenal, Liverpool, Southampton, as I spoke on earlier, Newcastle, Bradford. Huddersfield. I think Huddersfield played Manchester City last year too, to be honest with you. But I think they played them in the fourth round, I want to say. If anyone, do you guys remember? No? Going blank. It's just you and me, Lee, so just so you know.
Okay. Out of them, let's have a look. What's a good side? That's a good draw for Arsenal, Port Vale, isn't it? It's an easy draw. Anyway, you would think Lincoln for Chelsea. Southampton, I don't know how they're doing since they've gone down, if they're winning games or losing games in the Championship. But it's a bit stiffer opposition than Port Vale or Lincoln anyway.
What do you think is the toughest draw on here, and what do you think is the most intriguing? What game would you want, other than our own, what game is the game that you would be like, you know what, I'll check that game out. That might be a fun little matchup. That's not all the games, too, by the way, obviously.
I was just going to say that. Where's it?
I'll show you the other two.
Oh, yeah. But Wolves, Everton, okay. Premier League side. It's one of the only ones I've noticed. All Premier League side, Wolves, Everton.
Crystal Palace, Millwall, South London derby, because that'll be good. That'll be very good.
Chef Wednesday is the reward for Grimsby,
Palace, Millwall, yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. I can barely hear you, but I'll just repeat it for the people that in the chat.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay.
Nalante was saying Palace. Millwall is the one that he's liking as being an intriguing watch. I think the Wrexham Reading is going to be an intriguing watch, to be honest with you, because Wrexham has a chance of getting through on that one, being that they're the home team. Anything else? Let me think. It will be interesting to see what Sheffield Wednesday does against the obviously on cloud 9 Grimsby. Then you think the Port Vale versus Arsenal is a good matchup for Arsenal, unfortunately. Forest at Swansea should be a nice little affair. Chelsea should get past Lincoln. The Brentford Villa game is probably the most difficult on paper. And then that's about it. Lake and Chelsea, Adam is saying. I got you. Wrexham sounds too much like rectum. I got you. Oh man. Well, we'll see what they put through that draw for Wrexham. Palace versus Millwall, like Nolante said, Adam agrees that will be fun. Yeah, it's going to be good. We're finally going to get a chance to get redemption. I'm very interested to see what Newcastle does to Bradford. I think maybe if it was Bradford versus Newcastle, you might have a more interesting fixture. But Newcastle versus Bradford is still going to be one I'll keep an eye on. Should be good. Should be good. Should be definitely good. So we already saw Southampton beat Norwich. We saw Brentford shock Bournemouth. We saw Wrexham keep their dream alive by dumping out Preston. League Cup often feels like an afterthought for some because it's so early of a tournament in the season. But remember, for a squad like ours, it can be a testing ground for our youth. It can be a testing ground for our resolve to get into that tournament mode and also to get into that spot actively in our heads that we understand that trophies are important, no matter if it's a League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, obviously Premier League. All the trophies are all on the table, and we would like to take them home to our own cabinet. So I'm hoping that we have focus and everyone doesn't poo-poo this tournament. I don't want to hear some being like, oh, we've got bigger fish to fry. Who cares what we do with this tournament, you know? Like, I don't want to hear any of that. Let me bring this down so that we can have everyone rejoin the conversation. It's going to be interesting, too, because, like, those of us that are asking to see players like Leone, players like Trey Leone, obviously, maybe even not maybe, but certainly a player like Rio. I think it'll be brilliant, and especially it'll be very special to see these young players get the opportunity to play, but not only play, but play at home with the support of the home fans. I think that'll be enormously big, and it'll be a good shot in the arm for them to kind of, be able to push through and get through some of the ups and downs of being pushed to the limit. So it should be good. I'll ask you, Lee, would you prioritize the Carabao Cup as a serious trophy this year, or would you use it as a youth development lab in essence? You know, would you just throw in would you bring out a team that was very similar to what we did against Plymouth, as opposed to what Manchester United did, for instance, by bringing in some of their heavy hitters? Their heavy hitters might not have all started, but there were some players in that game for Manchester United that are very good players or very high profile players. They started Sesko, they started Cunha. Diallo sometimes gets starts. Dalot sometimes gets starts. Ugarte is someone that gets starts. Obviously Maguire here and there, but like even he gets starts in a blue and out. Onana, they started out of their 11, they started 6 to 7 players that have all featured in one way or another in the starting lineup. And then on the bench,
we were linked with Ugarte. For quite a while, we were linked with him when he was still at Sport, weren't we? Yeah, I forgot they had him. Sometimes I forget him, but yeah. They've got Burnley, I think, at the weekend. I think Burnley's their last match before the international break. So they're going to have to get this shit together, aren't they?
But they had on the bench Zerke, Mount, Buemo, Bruno, Delict. 5 players that they brought in. The rest were, and Casemiro was on the bench as well. But the rest were kind of like, is what it is. But 5 players that they brought in, all starters or have started at some point for Manchester United. So they brought about 12 bona fide starters, potential starters for their team into a game where they're going against a tier 2 club. Because Grimsby's in the championship too, right?
No, below that, I think they're in League One. So they're
really?
The third tier.
Hold on, they might be in League 2 actually. That's even worse.
They're in League 2, maybe? Oof. Let me see.
Don't think they're in the championship anymore. They were a long time ago.
They are in. You are correct, Nalante. They are in League 2.
Oh, League 2. That's the 4th tier.
That's the 4th tier.
That's the one.
That's the bottom division. Division 4.
Yep.
The one before the conference.
That's my point.
We've had some.
Oh man, we have to get some. I'm gonna see if I can help you out with your microphone, Nalante. For some reason, it is very, very muffled and unable. Let's see. Okay, let me try. Say something right now.
1 2 1 2.
It's still muffled for some reason. I don't know why. I have it as high. I just maximized your mic volume.
Yeah, I have it as high.
There you go. That was a little bit better. Now let me just take out your echo. Okay. Jeez. What an absolute travesty Manchester United are, by the way.
It is looking grim for them, isn't it? Grim after Grimsby, an aptly named club to give them further troubles. But yeah, I think as you said, it's Burnley for them. It's Burnley for us after the international break, but I think it's Burnley for them this weekend, and they've got to get a result out. I mean, you haven't got to get a result. You could lose again and you make it easy job, but they're still struggling to adapt to his 3-4-3 thing, aren't they? It's going to take some time yet, I think, before they get it sorted.
Tom's breathed himself now. Lee, can you hear me? Lee?
I can't hear 12 now, no.
No, you can't hear me. Same.
I had mine on mute. So I was trying to make sure that I could hear what you were saying.
Cool. Oh, okay. I was just.
Yeah, that's just embarrassing.
No, to be beaten by a team in the bottom league, I mean, any lower than that, and it's non-league. That's very embarrassing for them, isn't it?
It's beyond
embarrassing. I just guessed, and I thought Grimsby would have been like League One below the Championship, but even further down than that, crazy.
But the worst thing is that they didn't play. They played.
Do you think that they'll make some type of, dramatic or drastic change right now and pull the plug
No.
on Ameren?
Too early.
No.
Too early. Not yet. It's way too
After
early.
losing to a fourth tier team with a good number of your starters, it'd be one thing if he lost with like youth players, or it was like fringe and youth players, similar to what we went with. That Plymouth team that we brought that we faced. I mean, I'll even pull that game up actually to tell you the lineup that we had.
It was only his first starting season. This time last year, it was Ten Hag, wasn't it? Until how many months has Ameren had now?
Not even a year, because he came in November.
Yeah, his job should be safe for a while, shouldn't it? Like, yeah, you would imagine that they're going to give him a chance to prove his system can work in the Premier League. Take them to where they want to be.
And Plymouth was FA Cup actually. Let me look into FA Cup. I got it. So our Plymouth team the Plymouth team that we went in with was rest in peace. Jota started that game. Chiesa, Diaz, Elliott, Endo, Neone, Simicast, Gomez, Kwanzaa, McConnell at right back, and Kelleher at goalkeeper. So we had basically two starters in that lineup, and we had not one of those players other than Jota and Diaz. Not one of those players other than maybe Kelleher, who got the run because of the injury to Becker. Not one of those players was a starter or got significant minutes for us during that year. And then on the bench,
Nunes, Jones, and then the youngsters. That's all it was.
Nunes,
anyway.
Jones. That's it. That was only two players. We didn't give Rio a shot. Jones is in there. James Norris, he doesn't really play. Nallo doesn't play. Yaros is the keeper. Trent Kone Darte got some minutes. Mabaya got in, but yeah. And just as Adam said, Plymouth is at least they're in the championship. I mean, it's not like they were. I mean, that's pretty poor. That's not even. At least that's one division underneath. That's not three divisions underneath the Premier League. It's a rough one.
Well, the upside for United is they can concentrate that bit more on finishing as high as they can in the league, because they got 15th place last year, and I'm sure they want to improve upon that this season.
I'm sure. They should. They definitely should.
You watch them go for all the top bids before the transfer for the Labour or whoever. Desperation. They're going to get all the penny sweets to make that bid.
They'll make the wait. Who'll make a bid?
United for Believer.
Oh, you think they'll make a bid for Believer just to kind of take out the trying to like draw the attention off of the fact that they're in the mud. Interesting.
Yeah, they are a bit desperate, aren't they? Like, I could see them making a move for somebody before the window ends, just to give things a bit more shine, like, for the fans. But As I said, I mean, it can be seen as a good thing if their main focus is how high they finish in the league. They're not a great side at the moment. They're not likely to win any cup competition, so this will give them a chance to focus on league games. But he better soon start winning them, hadn't he? Or he will be bloody sacked. I think they'll give him time, but he's got to have them sorted after the international break, or he'll be under mountain pressure after tonight. To go out to Grimsby as low down as they are,
I think the only thing that's disappointing about this, I think disappointing about the league, I would say, with Manchester United, is the fact that despite the fact that Manchester United are poor in their results, they've been very poor in the organization, they still won't get relegated. Like, that's the sad thing about it. We can all wish and hope, but yeah, they're not the 18th, 19th, or 20th ranked team in the league, unfortunately. Even with as much as they have, they'll still get something. But I don't know how much longer I don't know how they can go far with themselves if they're not going to get Europe. I don't think they'll qualify for Europe this year. I don't think they'll qualify for Europe again this year.
That's true. But I'll give you a little history. 12. Do you remember who our manager was in 2010?
Do I remember who the manager for who was?
No, Liverpool for us in 2010.
In 2010? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You need to remember who it was?
In 2010, well, was that Brendan Rodgers?
No, it was Lee. Do you remember?
Who was in 2010?
It was
Lee, you there?
Yeah.
Roy. It was Roy.
Oh yeah, it was Roy Hodgins. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the year that King Kenny took over.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, in January 2011, yeah. In December, January, yeah. But as you were saying about Ruben Amorim's bad start, Hodgson had a embarrassing defeat we had in Northampton in the third division on penalties, and look what happened there. And then we got knocked out of Europe, and then at the end, December, we were 15th, 16th. That was the last straw. But that was less than Amorim. That was less than 6 months.
I know some of you guys can't hear because it's hard for us to hear as well, and we're in the studio. But Nolante was just giving us a refresher of 2010, and when we had the awful, dreadful result against Southampton, and got our exodus from the tournament. Do
you remember how made up we were to win the League Cup against Cardiff? That time when we played Cardiff, that was good, that one, because we haven't won anything for it bloody ages. That was Kenny won it when Kenny come back. We got that. But they were pretty lean times for us, weren't they? Immediately after Rafa left, Hodgson was just inept. He wasn't suited. I don't know why we chose him. I can see he was like why they did it, but it just didn't work out, did it? He was not a Liverpool manager. Shitty balling tactics as well. Hodgson always has been.
2010, 2011, we ended up in 6th place. 2010, 2011.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, 2011, 2012 is when we ended up in 8th place, going the wrong direction.
8, still 7 out of 15th, which is where United finished.
Yeah, there's one way of looking at it.
We've never finished that low ever. I can't remember that. I remember us finishing like 8th and 6th and all this shit, but like never more than like 10 or anything. Like 15.
No, I know what you're saying.
Spurs themselves.
We went
I mean,
from 2010, 2011, finished sixth. Then we went to eighth, like I said, next year after that. Then we went to seventh the year after that. And then everyone remembers the 2013, 2014 year, which was a fun, if not interesting ride. We'll put it that way.
So near yet so far.
Yeah, because then we ended up in second place, 2 points behind Manchester City. Even if we
Brendan outfoxed by Mourinho, the man who sort of started them in coaching, wasn't it?
Yep. Before we bounce out of here, people, I am going to share with you. We wanted to have JK on this because this is JK's baby, but JK is unavailable to be with us. So I'll just give you a little precursor of what, or at least a little look at what we're dealing with. This is obviously pretty up to the date. JK is in first place, had a fantastic week last week, 76 points in his run. He's in first place. Red for Life drops down with a bad week from first to second and is at 121. Livers 1 has picked up a phenomenal week at 84 points, bounces all the way up to third place, followed by Tony Montana FC with 71 points. Mark A stayed at fifth place with 52 points. Sean G dropped down with 39 points to sixth place. KJ stays at seventh. Bonkers has moved all the way up to eighth. Ninth place, you see Squad, which is DH's team. Mark Quigley's team has dropped down to eighth place. Forever 20 Jota, Eric's team has gone up to 11th place. The Streets, Russ the Crab has dropped down to 12th place. Trust me, I know how it feels because I have gone from third to 13th. Last week was a week to forget. I'm having a Manchester United in the League Cup type week. I only had 23 points scored last week. What a horrible, horrible weekend for me. Along with Cole Palmer. And then let's see. Chris Angel has moved up. Nice to 15th place. Crompton has moved into 16th place. And Honesty had a good week, though. Had a good week, despite the fact that it looks like he had a horrible first week. He must have only had 5 points in that first week. That's horrible. But he ended up picking up 51 points to kind of push into some type of resolve for his team. I don't have – hold on. I'd have to look to see. If you want the link, let me see if I can find you the link for our league. Give me 1 second. I want to see what is – let's see what St. Amman's team is looking like. 84 points. This is the team that crushed it last week. He had Ekitike, captained him. He had Cody. Very, very good choice. João Pedro really scored a lot of points for him as well. Neto Johnson had a great week for him as well. Gabriel Vicario with the shutout. Very, very good. And then let's see, who was the other big time winner last week? Let's see what JK, who's our first place winner from last week. 76 points. He had Salah, Ekitike, Verts. Oh, he picked Gyökeres. Okay, interesting. It's a good thing. Let's see. Who else do you? Any other teams? Let's see. You do not want to see my team. My team is just ugly right at this moment. I gotta do some work. The other big time mover was Tony Montana. Tony Montana has still got 6 points from Saka, even though he was injured. Oh, he captained Gyökeres. Okay, good for him. And that was his big time mover was Gyökeres, and João Pedro is really getting a lot of movement for a lot of players. Good choice in players. Let me see if I can provide you the link for this. This is our league. If you haven't joined the league, you can still join the league at any time. Don't be shy. It's cool to hop in and be a part of what we've got going on, which is just having fun in the community. Let's see. See if I can find it in this one quicker. I'm looking for the link as we speak. Lee, what do you have on your agenda for the rest of the evening?
Don't know, might watch the highlights of United going out on pens.
The internet's going to be crazy with that happening, by the way.
Yeah, that should be quite funny. I'll look that up right when we've finished.
Let me see if I can find
a picture of Amaril's face.
Looking for the link. I do have the link. I just got to find it. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can bring it down here and get it for you. I don't know. Let me see. Shoot, I'm looking for it. If I can find it, Adam, I'll put it in before we end because we're about to end the show. But what was any of the news that we went over today, Lee, that you wanted to kind of
not really. We are where we are with the transfers, and we're running out of time rapidly, aren't we? The main news today, is that apparently we're keeping Bajcetic, and that's some new news. He's fit again now, son. But as for the transfers, yeah, we're running out of time, aren't we? A few days left, but I'm not that hopeful. I'm not that hopeful now. The Isaac one, the Gahey one, more hopeful of that, but not the Isaac one. It's looking like a stalemate, isn't it? Because Newcastle don't want to pay 60 million for either of the forwards they've been linked with. Going to keep them just out of spite to the player and to us.
Okay. Here's the link for the Fantasy Football League if you want to join. If you want to join, it is P462SN. That's the link for our league. If you want to join, definitely. It's a fun time to have when you sit there and you go from top of the league to the bottom of the league. I'm doing the opposite of what my team name is, which is 12th to 1st. I'm going from 1st to 12th, basically. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. People, we're going to let you guys go because tomorrow we're going to have another show lined up for you. I know it's late. It's already about 11:30. Hopefully, Nalante and Lee can stick around in the back office for a quick sec just to talk about tomorrow. And other than that, my people, I would say that it's been a fun one. Keep your heads up because there should be plenty of information, or excuse me, plenty of updates that are going to be on our radar, whether it's Isak, whether it is Kanate's contract, whether it's Gahey's future with our team. We obviously know who our Carabao Cup opponent's going to be, so we'll see how we get prepared to go into that endeavor. And yeah, if you're going to be a part of our fantasy football league, definitely get prepared for some laughs and some tears. But it's all fun. It's all good. As always, this show is all about making the most of our ability, our community, to be able to link and have support for each other. So please do drop your comments. Hit me up with some. Hit me up with your takes, and let's keep this midweek ritual alive. Smash the like button, share with your fellow friends, share with your fellow Reds especially, and don't forget, we walk this journey together, my friends and family. And as always, up the Reds each and every time. I hope to see you guys tomorrow, and until then, take care.